The sun rises over Texas, but there is no peace on the Dutton Ranch. For Beth Dutton, the feeling starts before dawn. She wakes to find Rip already gone. No note. No coffee. No goodbye. Just silence. The kind of silence that tells her something is wrong. The events of the previous week continue to haunt them. Rip now knows far more about the secrets surrounding the Jackson family than anyone realizes, and every new discovery pushes him closer to a decision that could change everything. Joaquin's confession has exposed a web of lies, murder, and betrayal that stretches far beyond a simple ranch dispute. As Rip rides across the property, he studies every fence line, every road, every hill. Someone is watching. He can feel it. Years of surviving the Yellowstone Wars taught him one thing: when things get quiet, trouble is already moving. Meanwhile, Beth is focused on expanding her growing partnership with Beulah. The business deal that seemed impossible only weeks ago is suddenly becoming reality. Beth's plan could transform the struggling operation into one of the most powerful ranching brands in Texas. But every success comes with a price. What Beth doesn't know is that enemies are gathering from every direction. Some want revenge. Others want money. A few simply want the Dutton name erased forever. And they're about to make their move. Across town, Carter continues trying to prove himself. He's no longer the scared kid who first arrived in Beth and Rip's life. He's becoming a ranch hand. A cowboy. A Dutton. But Carter's desire to protect the people he loves may become his biggest weakness. When he discovers suspicious activity near one of the ranch's grazing areas, he decides not to tell anyone immediately. Instead, he investigates alone. It is a decision he will soon regret. Because hidden among the brush are signs of sabotage. Cut fencing. Missing cattle. Tracks that don't belong there. Someone has been trespassing. Someone organized. Someone dangerous. By the time Carter realizes what he stumbled onto, it may already be too late. Back at 10 Petal Ranch, Beulah believes she has regained control after the chaos that erupted last week. But control is an illusion. The death of Chet solved one problem while creating several more. Questions continue spreading through ranch workers and neighboring communities. Rumors travel faster than horses in Texas, and people are beginning to ask questions no one wants answered. Beulah tries projecting confidence. Yet privately she knows the truth. Her family is fractured. Trust is disappearing. And every member of her operation is looking over their shoulder. Even worse, Rip has started connecting pieces that were never supposed to be connected. The closer he gets to the truth, the more dangerous he becomes. The episode's tension explodes when Beth receives an anonymous message. As night falls, Rip gathers several trusted ranch hands. No speeches. No dramatic declarations. Just a simple order. Stay alert. Keep your eyes open. Trust nobody. The men immediately understand. War is coming. Rip has spent his entire life preparing for moments like this. What scares him isn't the possibility of violence. It's the possibility that Beth might become the target. Because when someone threatens Beth Dutton, Rip Wheeler doesn't negotiate. He doesn't compromise. He doesn't forgive. The biggest shock of episode 7 arrives midway through the story. A coordinated attack strikes one of the ranch's operations. Vehicles are destroyed. Equipment is sabotaged. Several workers are injured. Nobody claims responsibility. Nobody leaves evidence. Yet the message is clear. The attack isn't about money. It's personal. Very personal. Beth immediately demands retaliation. She wants names. Addresses. Answers. Rip agrees with only one part of her plan. They need answers. But before they strike back, they need to know exactly who they're fighting. Because this enemy appears smarter than any they've faced since arriving in Texas. As the investigation unfolds, shocking secrets emerge. A hidden alliance. A betrayal nobody expected. And a connection to past events that everyone believed had been buried forever. The revelation sends shockwaves through both ranches. Even Beulah finds herself questioning people she once trusted. For the first time all season, Beth, Rip, and Beulah may have no choice but to work together. Not because they want to. Because survival demands it. The emotional centerpiece of the episode comes late at night. Beth and Rip sit alone outside their home. No business. The gunshots continue echoing across the ranch. Rip slams the truck into gear and races toward the north pasture. Dust explodes behind the tires. Every second feels like an hour. Beth follows close behind with two ranch hands, her eyes locked on the darkness ahead. Something terrible has happened. She can feel it. As they reach the scene, the headlights reveal complete chaos. A fence line has been destroyed. Several horses are running loose. One truck sits abandoned with its engine still running. But the biggest shock isn't the damage. It's who is missing. Carter. Beth's voice barely escapes her lips. The young ranch hand is nowhere to be found. His horse has returned alone. Rip immediately understands what that means. Someone took him. Back at the ranch house, panic begins spreading. Every ranch hand joins the search. Flashlights cut through the darkness. ATVs move across the property. Helicopters are requested from nearby counties. But Carter has vanished. Hours pass without a single clue. Beth refuses to sit still. She personally joins every search team. Rip knows she's barely holding herself together. To everyone else, Carter is a ranch hand. Meanwhile, Carter slowly regains consciousness. His hands are tied. His head is pounding. The room is dark. Cold. Silent. At first he thinks he's alone. Then a voice speaks from somewhere in the shadows. I knew Rip Wheeler would come looking. Carter freezes. The voice is unfamiliar. Dangerous. Whoever kidnapped him doesn't want money. They want leverage. And Carter is the perfect target. The following morning brings another surprise. Beth receives a package. No return address. No fingerprints. Inside is a single photograph. Carter. Alive. Terrified. Along with a message, stay out of our business. Or the boy dies. The room falls silent. Beth stares at the picture. Then her expression changes. The fear disappears. The sadness disappears. Only anger remains. The kind of anger that has destroyed entire companies. The kind of anger that has made powerful men regret crossing her. Rip sees the look immediately. Someone just made the biggest mistake of their life. News of the kidnapping spreads quickly throughout Texas. Even Beulah hears about it. At first she believes the attack has nothing to do with her operation. Then one of her employees reveals a disturbing piece of information. A group of strangers had been asking questions about both ranches for weeks. Watching. Studying. Planning. Suddenly the situation becomes much larger than anyone imagined. This wasn't random. This was organized. And somebody invested a lot of money to make it happen. Rip begins assembling his own team. The sheriff wants to handle the investigation through official channels. Rip isn't interested. Every minute Carter remains missing increases the danger. He knows he can't wait. Not this time. Several trusted cowboys volunteer immediately. Some have known Rip for years. Others owe him favors. All of them understand one thing. When Rip Wheeler asks for help, it's serious. The search turns into a manhunt. Beth takes a different approach. While Rip hunts in the field, she hunts through information. Bank records. Property ownership. Business connections. Phone records. She starts pulling threads. And eventually one thread leads somewhere unexpected. A wealthy land developer with ties to powerful investors. A man who has quietly purchased thousands of acres throughout the region. A man who sees ranches as obstacles. Not homes. Not legacies. Obstacles. Beth immediately suspects he's involved. The problem? Proving it. As the day continues, tensions rise across Texas. Ranch workers begin carrying weapons. Neighbors start locking gates. Everyone senses something bigger is coming. A storm is building. And nobody knows where it will strike next. Then another message arrives. This time it's directed at Rip. A set of coordinates. A time. And a warning, come alone. Every instinct tells him it's a trap. But if Carter is there, he has no choice. Beth refuses to let Rip go by himself. The argument that follows becomes one of the most emotional scenes of the season. For several minutes neither of them backs down. Beth wants to fight beside him. Rip wants to protect her. Both know the risks. Both know they may not survive what's coming. Finally Rip makes a promise. I'll bring him home. Beth looks into his eyes. For the first time all episode, she sees uncertainty. Rip Wheeler is afraid. Not for himself. For the people he loves. Night falls once again. Rip arrives at the coordinates. An abandoned oil facility. Miles from civilization. The perfect place for an ambush. The wind whistles through rusted metal structures. Everything is silent. Too silent. Then he hears a voice. Carter. Rip spins toward the sound. The young ranch hand is alive. But before Rip can reach him, floodlights suddenly illuminate the entire facility. Dozens of armed men emerge from the darkness. The trap has sprung. Back at the ranch, Beth receives a call. No one speaks. All she hears is gunfire. Then the line goes dead. Beth's heart stops. Without hesitation, she grabs her keys and races toward the location. Because no matter what Rip promised, she isn't staying behind. Not tonight. Not when the people she loves are in danger. The episode ends with an explosive final sequence. Rip stands alone against overwhelming odds. Carter is trapped. Beth is speeding toward the battlefield. And the mysterious mastermind behind the attacks finally steps into the light. The camera slowly reveals his face. A face nobody expected. A face connected to secrets buried years ago. The screen cuts to black. One final message appears.